Hello beautiful people. Today I'm going to be going over a little article that I found by Soul Supplier about how Adidas confirms more than 20 Yeezys dropping this year, and how I feel about the whole announcement of that and what I think that'll mean for the brand in general and what I think that means for the upcoming releases and stuff like that. So we'll dive right in by looking at the first article, part of the article that we have here, which is an image from Kanye's Twitter. It is him showcasing all the samples of the new Yeezys that he's releasing, which from looking at it just looks to me like a bunch of 350 V2s in different colorways, a little 700 here, and then a bunch of 500s in different colorways here as well. I mean, I don't think that's really a lot of samples for new Yeezys. I think that just means that someone grabbed some triple white V2s and kind of just like changed the color, but whatever. Essentially he's just showing us the potential that there will be new Yeezys in the future, which I'm sure a lot of people are very excited for. I'm personally very excited if it's not more 350 V2s, and I'll dive into that a little bit more, but we'll start it off by reading what the article has to say first. When Kanye West first teamed up with Adidas for the Yeezy 350 back in 2015, he made the promise that one day everyone who wants a pair of Yeezys will be able to cop them without paying an extraordinary amount. Now, obviously today is not that day. Yeezys are still very expensive. I give that with quite a big generalization, because if you want to buy a pair of V2 350s, they are, in the grand scheme of Yeezys, quite cheap, but they're still quite expensive in the whole sneaker world. But if you did want to get a pair of Yeezys, it's a lot easier these days than it is back in 2015. Personally, I think that comes with some good and some bad things as well. Some good things is obviously accessibility. Like now a lot of people can get Yeezys that they want. The downside is that they've lost their finesse. They've lost the thing that really made them special, which was that they were hard to acquire, exclusive, and a rare occurrence. Like if you saw a pair of Yeezys back in like 2015 or 2016, you'd be like, oh my god, this man is loaded, he could buy Yeezys. But now you walk down the street and you see a guy running in them. Like they're everywhere. Which maybe I'm just like beefing with the V2s a lot, but it kind of feels that way. I mean, Yeezy has been sort of killed for me because of the amount of V2s they're releasing. But we'll go into that a little bit later. Now, for 4 years later, it looks like he has stayed true to his word. Yeah, in some extent, I would say that that's true. During an interview with CNBC, Adidas CEO Kasper Rorsted was asked a ton of questions relating to the German giant's current financial performance. I'd say that Adidas is doing quite well. I mean, they killed it with the Ultra Boost. They're killing it with the Yeezys at the moment. I mean, they always sell out. Technically, actually, because some V2s were sitting for a couple days, actually. I remember a couple days later, V2s were sitting on the shelves. But again, we'll go into that later. One of the highlights of the call was that he was questioned about the future of the Yeezy brand. Now obviously if you're unaware, there's Adidas Yeezys, there's also Nike Yeezys from way back, but we don't need to discuss that at the moment. There's Adidas Yeezys currently, and then there's Kanye's high-end fashion brand as well that does Yeezys as well. We'll go into that later, but essentially he's the Adidas CEO is obviously talking about the sportswear Yeezys that him and Kanye obviously work together with and stuff like that. Since the beginning of 2019, these three straps have released 2 brand new Yeezys, with 4 more to set to drop until the end of March, including the wholly anticipated True Form Yeezys that are launching this weekend. According to Rorsted, there is only the tip of the iceberg, as more than 20 Yeezys will be planned to be released this year. Now, I think personally when they say 20 Yeezys, they mean colorways, because there is no way in hell that Kanye has more than 20 Yeezys with samples ready to be released to the public all that kind of crap. It's mainly going to be 20 colorways of Yeezys that have already existed, with potentially some more Yeezys like the Yeezy Basketball / Quantum that I've talked about in previous videos that may come out soon. But it's going to be colorways of Yeezys, which can be good and a bad thing for the Yeezy brand. Because if they release 20 colorways of one certain Yeezy, everyone that's in love with Yeezys is going to hate that Yeezy, which in a sense they've sort of already done with the 350 V2s, because they've released so many that it's kind of just not as amazing as it was back in the day when a pair of V2s actually released. I'm hoping this year with the 20 pairs that they're releasing, they do heaps of, I mean, they're kind of teasing it down here with the image in this article, but I hope with the 20 pairs they're doing this year that they do more 750s, which look like this. This is the triple black pair here. Sorry, excuse me. I think that is awesome. I would love more 750s in more colorways. I think the 750 is an amazing Yeezy that came out, geez, in 2015. That's 4 years ago. Oh my god. Yeah, I would love to see more 750s come out recently. And even as this image shows, even some V1s. I would love to see some 350 V1s be released instead of the V2s. Because the V2s are kind of just being killed right now. They're being suffocated by the 4th releases of some of the colorways. I think the Zebras and the Triple Whites are at their 4th release. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Calm down. Like, and you know, if they calmed that down a little bit, the price would go back up again. People would be more keen to get around Yeezys. Because there's like jokes now in like buy and sell groups on Facebook and all those social medias and stuff, when people who don't know about the current situation at Yeezys finally buy a pair of Yeezys and try and resell them for like $1,000. I've seen people try and resell like triple white V2s for like $1,000, and everyone just laughs at them. They're just like, some people wouldn't even pay more than retail. Some people are saying, unless you're selling them to me for less than retail, I won't buy it. But as I was saying, some people are asking way too much for them, when really they're not worth like anything these days in comparison to what they're worth back in the day. They're obviously like still quite expensive, but they used to be like $1,000 for like triple whites and stuff. Like, they were very desirable. But then they just kept getting more and more release dates of the exact same colorways, and it's just gone downhill. Getting back to the article though, this year, oh, this is the quote. It's the quote by the actual CEO. This year we will have more than 20 releases. Yikes. Some will be very scarce and very low in volume, while others will have different volume profile. Now obviously, if you specified that some will have low volume and others will have a different volume profile, it obviously means that some are just going to be like very general release and very low volume, which potentially is a better way to handle it, in all honesty. Because like this pair up here, I think this is one of the regional exclusive ones. If they do low volume colorways of some silhouettes, that's a smarter move than just doing like a massive release of colorways that they've already done before. I think that'll definitely establish some hype around Yeezys again, having like very low volume colorways and very high volume colorways. But if they do low volume and high volume colorways, the high volume colorway is going to bring down the potential very high cost of the limited ones, which depending on your point of view may be a good or bad thing, because you might be like, oh, I want to buy them, sick, they won't cost me a lot. Or you might be like, oh, I have them, I like having them and having them as an exclusive shoe, I don't want everyone to have them accessibly. Which, I mean, it's all up to your personal opinion what you think, but I don't know. Personally, I feel that low volume ones would be good. Low volume good colorways while having high volume ones. If they have high volume ones of all the colors like here, awesome, because they look pretty GR, to be honest, pretty general release, because they're just like one color. But if they then did more low volume releases of these kind of ones, regional exclusive ones, I reckon that's a smart move for Yeezy to play it as. But again, it's up to your personal opinion, what you think. Definitely let me know in the comments below and what you think the whole profile, volume situation is on Yeezys and stuff like that. Yeah, let me know in the comments. I'll read them out. I'll, you know, comment on it myself, and I'd love to hear your opinions, guys. Back to it. Over time, if you have a product in the market for a very long time, like the 350, the scarcity will be default less so. And the 350 silhouette is what we're really rolling out in volume. Like, don't tell me that. Don't say that. Because you're just admitting there that you're killing the 350s. For a long time, like the 350, the scarcity will be less so. So the 350 is what we're really... Well, I don't think Kanye meant when he said, I want everyone to have Yeezys. I don't think he meant, I want everyone to have V2s. I don't think he meant that. I don't think he wanted that. I mean, I don't want that. I don't want everyone to have V2s. I don't think they're the best looking Yeezy. To be honest, I would much rather people have like 750s and 500s and 700s, but I guess if that's what he means, and he's saying that we're getting 20 releases and releasing heaps of volumes of V2s, I think it's the worst thing that we could possibly imagine, and there's going to be a crap ton of V2 releases this year, and we're not going to see a lot of like other releases for potentially new or exciting or, you know, better looking colorways for already other, you know, established Yeezys this year. I think we're just going to get a crap ton of V2s, which I don't want, but it could totally change over the next coming months. Like the sales for the upcoming V2s could go really badly, and then they could change it up. But yeah, I just wouldn't look forward to heaps of V2 releases this year. I would much more be into, you know, 750s and other models getting releases. While this may also include toddlers and kid sneakers, 20 is a large number considering the fact that 20, 16, 17 and 20 we saw 11 Yeezy drops each. Well, if it's 11 per year in those years and we're getting 20 this year, that's only 9 more. And if you're talking about the fact that we have toddlers and kids sneakers included as well, it could be 11 like we have gotten every year, and then 9 kids models that we might not have seen before, which would be lame, don't get me wrong. I'd much rather 20 just adult ones, and then they also chuck the kids ones in as well, but I'd much rather the 20 adult ones over that kind of split. But in all honesty, I don't really care about toddler or kids Yeezys too much. I think it's kind of just a bit over the top. I think they should just like calm it down. I'd much rather see a kid in like some like sick ass looking Superstars or Stan Smiths than a pair of Yeezys. I'd kind of be like, whoa, kid, where did you buy those? How much are you rolling in? Jesus. And then to end the article, it basically says, what do you think of the news? Do you think these news releases will include the 350 V3s? It could. I could see one colorway of the V3s coming out this year just to like establish the V3s. I don't know if we've seen many images of the V3s yet, but yeah, no, definitely I could see a V3 coming out. I wouldn't put it as impossible. The next thing that they mentioned though, the Yeezy 451, I don't think we're ever going to see that, like, at all. I think that was just a one-time sample, or even if it was, I think it was just a mock-up. But the 451s, I don't think we're ever going to get released. If they release this year, I'd be quite surprised, actually. And if they did quite a few colorways of that, I'd be quite happy with the 451s getting a big release. Because they're actually, I didn't like them initially, not going to lie. I didn't like the 451s or how they were mocked up to be. I didn't like how that looked. But after looking at it a while, after seeing current Yeezy trends, I'm like, you know what? That's pretty fat. I could go with that. Is Kanye dropping way too many Yeezys at once? Is Adidas killing the hype? Let us know what you think, and be sure to check out the 3-Stripe sticker page. Is Kanye dropping way too many Yeezys at once? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think Kanye's releasing too many of his own seasonal Yeezys too much. But I think Adidas, the second part where it says Adidas killing the hype, I think they're killing the hype around V2s, which again, as we were discussing, depending on your point of view, can be a very good thing, or it can be a very bad thing. It'd be a bad thing if you own V2s, but luckily your boy doesn't. No, I do actually. I do want a pair. To be fair, I would love a pair. Let us know what you think. Yada yada yada. Well, what I think is I think that Adidas is pulling a bad move if they just do like 10 pairs of V2s this year. I think that's a bad move. But if they did 10 pairs of other colorways, like the 500s, 700s, 750s, all of those, I would be very happy. they've already done a couple this year for the 500s and 700s. They've been on the 700 V2s. They're sick. More of them, please, 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 please. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Message me on all my socials and all that, which I'll always supply in the description. Let me know what you think. You know, let me know. Is Kanye dropping way too many Yeezys? Is Adidas killing the hype of Yeezys? Do you think the V3s and Yeezy 451s will come out this year? Yeah, let me know. If you like this kind of discussion stuff, give us a, big old thumbs up, and subscribe for more fellas, and I'll catch you around next time. See you later.